This project is going to involve you using 5 photographs that are somehow linked by a theme, and then one image that's going to serve as a logo and a song. So I've chosen 5 pictures from Spain, pictures I took, so I have copyright permission to use them. So this is the Alcazar, the Alhambra, that is La Sagrada Familia, that's the Spanish flag. This is the Plaza de España, and this is some Santiago Calatrava architecture in Valencia. And I have a song. It's Madrid tuna music, so I'm going to use that song. It's all very Spanish. So what you should do is save your things right now and get yourself a song. The first thing you're going to want to do is actually cut that song to a 30-second clip, because if it goes beyond 30 seconds, then your animation will loop and the song will actually play over itself. It will be very annoying. So Adobe Audition is your first move, and if you can't find Adobe Audition, remember it's got that AU next to it, that little sort of teal colored tile. And what you'll do is go to File, go to Open, and bring in your song. Now I've put mine in a folder called Movie. I put everything together, that way it's really handy. And this is the moment where a lot of people panic. They say, I've got photos in here. Where did my photos go? It's only pulling in supported media. It's only pulling in songs. That's okay. Audition doesn't open photos. So this is my song. It's a very traditional Spanish song from this group in Madrid that does that kind of music. And what you want to do is find the 30-second marker, because you're only going to require 30 seconds of music. Everything after 30 seconds, and don't mind it if it's like this or like this, it doesn't matter. Everything after 30 seconds, you highlight and you hit delete or backspace on your keyboard. Now you've got a 30-second clip. The only other thing I'm going to ask you to do before you save this is, you know how at the end, let me pull my volume up just a little bit. At the end, it's going to cut off. It cuts off rather abruptly. So what I want you to do is grab this little square right here with the sort of diagonal line across it and pull that in a little. You can actually see it on the waveform preview. And let me tell it to stop looping. You can see it on the waveform preview, it's going to fade out. And that is better. What you'll do at that rate, it's real easy. Go to File, go to Save As, and you're going to browse and put it back in your folder for the movie. This is going to be my 30-second clip. You can rename it, you can leave it how it is, but it's an MP3. I think that's going to be okay. If it turns out not to be, you can also save it in other file formats like a WAV file. But I'm pretty sure an MP3 is going to work. With that done, you can close down Audition, and I've got Animate open already. I thought I'd get that up. If you can't find it, it's right there. It's got a red tile, says AN right next to it, and there's Adobe Animate. And you'll start with an HTML5 canvas. The first thing I want to do is make sure I've got my stage set up correctly. I want it to be a larger size than the default. So if I go to Properties, and then I click on the canvas itself, I can see that it's 24 frames per second. It's 550 by 400. Don't like that. I'm going to slow it down, actually, and this is actually just going to help me make less frames. So the timeline is going to be extraordinarily long by the time I'm finished. And if it's 24 frames per second, it's going to be twice as long. If it's 12 frames per second, which is what I'm going to set it to, it's going to take me half the frames. It's just a little easier to deal with as a beginner. I'm also going to set it up to 640 by 480, a little larger than it currently is. And you can choose a background color if you so desire, whatever color pleases you. I'm not that particular. I think maybe we'll go with Spanish flag has yellow in it, right? I'll use some yellow. And now it's not actually showing me the entire thing. The top and bottom aren't all on there. So if you pull this down and tell it to either fit in window or show frame, you'll see the entire window. Next, we're going to make a few text items. You're going to have some text that comes on the screen and then tweens away. Then you'll have some other text that stays on for the majority of the film. So my first thing I want to do is rename my layer 1, because I'm going to have a lot of layers here. And I'm going to draw this line that's going to sit on my movie to sort of separate the photos from the text. It's going to be the baseline layer. There's going to be a line at the bottom, and I'm going to pick a color for that line. and a size. Say I want mine to be black today. That line is going to be right across the bottom. And I'm using this line tool, by the way. And if you hold down Shift, it will go perfectly horizontal. So there's my baseline. It's not very thick. Let's make it a little thicker. Let's double click it and make it maybe 5 points. That looks better to me. Now, in order to make this last 30 seconds, I need to have this line is going to be the thing that's on my stage the entire time. I'm going to go all the way over here to frame 360. Incidentally, if you don't see this little scroll bar, you actually are probably suffering from this whole minimized screen situation. When you have your screen half like that, you don't see the things. You might have to pull your screen out for a minute so you can see, my gosh, the scroll bar at the bottom. Now I've made it very difficult to see anything. So the scroll bar is right down here, but sometimes it gets kind of hidden when you compact the screen to half the computer monitor. So I'm going to go to 360. And I'm going to right click and insert a keyframe. You can see right here, it says it's 29.9 seconds. That's pretty close to 30. That's going to work really well with what we're doing. You've got your music to 30 seconds, but we're going to put that on last so you don't hear the song a million times. The next thing we're going to do is add a layer. There's an easy way to add a layer right down here at the bottom left. If you click that, or if you're not fond of that, you can go to Modify Timeline and tell it to, it's Insert Timeline and find Layer. I hardly ever use that, so I couldn't find it. But either way, you get a new layer. It's going to be on top of the baseline layer, and we're going to call it Ball. You'll never guess what we're going to put on it. I'm going to draw a circle. I'm going to draw it not with lime green in the middle. I'm going to draw it with red in the middle. And I'm going to hold down the Shift key while you draw it. That's a fun little piece that you could know. If you don't hold down the Shift key, you'll draw an ellipse like this. But if you hold down the Shift key, it'll draw a perfect geometry class circle. Next, I'm going to convert this to a symbol. So in order to do that, I've got to take my arrow here, and I've got to double click it and go to Modify, Convert to Symbol. Incidentally, the reason I double click it is because if I don't, let me scoot back over there, I risk getting just the fill or just the stroke. When I double click it, it gets both the stroke and the fill. Anyhow, I'm going to go to Modify, Convert to Symbol, and I'm going to call it Ball. I'm going to make it a graphic. Everything in this movie is going to be a graphic. When I click OK on this, it now lives in my library, and I'll be needing that later. The thing I'm going to do with this ball symbol is I am going to make it bounce, and then I'm going to make it disappear. So at frame 1, it's right here in the upper left-hand corner. The next place that's going to happen here is frame 20, and I'm going to insert a keyframe. Now remember, you can do it with a right click, or you can just click the frame and press the F6 key because you practiced that. At frame 20, it hits this line where it's going to bounce. At frame 40, you're going to put another keyframe. It's going to come back up. And at frame 60, you're going to insert your final keyframe. It's going to come back down. You are now going to select everything from 61 till the end. And this is kind of the hardest trick to learn. I'm going to push this off to the side so you can see what I'm doing. Frame 60 is a keyframe. I need that keyframe. So I'm going to make sure I do not select that keyframe. If it is currently selected, you need to click away from it to deselect it. You want to start at frame 61, right here, right one frame over. And what you have to do is click and drag in one fluid motion. You can't click and let go and then click and drag. You have to click and drag in one fluid motion like this, all the way to the end. If you go past the end, it's okay, because you have now selected all the frames you need to select. See how everything from 61 all the way to the end. When you right click, you're going to tell it to remove those frames. And finally, you are going to select the layer that says ball. Now there's only 60 frames on it. You're going to say Insert Classic Tween. What it should do is bounce down, come back up, head back down, and then disappear. Let me show you the thing that happens almost every time. Almost every time when you're trying to do this for the first time, you say, okay, let me get frame 61, and people do that, and they push frame 61, and then they think, okay, now I'm going to click and drag. it made a new keyframe. You don't need it to make a new keyframe. What you do, honest to God, you don't click and let go first. You just click and drag in one fluid motion, just like that, all the way to the end, and you right-click Remove Frames. Now, I've made a slight mistake, and I'm almost glad I did, because I've got a few extra frames right here. Same process. Remove frames. And at this point, it may help you to start locking layers that you're not using. It's just pushing this little button right here under the lock. The next layer is going to be my first piece of text. So I'm going to call it text 1. And that layer, I'm going to write the words that come at the top of the movie at the very beginning, and they spin down to the bottom, and then they disappear at about the same time the ball does. So the words that I'm about to write only stay on that long. Oops, I got rid of my tween. There we go. They only stay on this long. They're not very long-lived in this movie. So what I'm going to do is take my type tool, and I'll pull my properties back out here. Pick a font. That's the one I used the other day, so let's pick a different one. And pick a size. I think 40 was the default size that I used when I first did this, and let's go ahead and type something. Visit Spain. Beautiful. Put it where you want it to be. It doesn't really matter where the ball is right now, because this is on a separate layer. When you take the black arrow and click the words, you're going to modify and you're going to convert them to a symbol too, because you're about to animate them. It's going to be called text 1, and it's a graphic. Now they're in the library too. Those words are actually going to come in at the beginning of the movie, and they are going to spin and tween and change all the way to frame 60. So at frame 60 on the text 1 layer, you're going to right click and insert a keyframe. Once this keyframe is here, I'm going to pull these down to the bottom, Visit Spain down to the bottom, and I can go to properties and I can do all sorts of stuff. I can change my colors, color effect. I can make it different brightness. It's changed to white almost. I can change the, put that back. I can change the tint. Well, that's not changing much at all. Kind of become hot pink almost. But whatever you want to change, by the time it gets to the bottom, that's what it should do. So I think I'm just going to change mine from red to black. That seems like a pretty straightforward change. I can also use this. This is the third tool down on your toolbar. I've just got mine into 2 rows so you can see the whole thing. This is the free transform tool. With the free transform tool, you can squish it a little bit, or you can come right outside the box and you can spin it a little bit. There's a lot of other things you can do with it, but I'm just going to leave it at that. Select my text 1 layer, put a classic tween, and see what it does. And I'm going to want to get rid of it after that, so everything from frame 61 to the end of the movie. Right click, remove frames. And so it does. Visit Spain. Very cool. Well, there is a 15-minute limit on these movies, so I'm going to stop at that. I have a text 2 layer I'm about to build, and I will show you that in the second segment of this movie.